Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so this is going to be a simple pickups video. I'm going to be showing you all the 4K titles that I've gotten in the last week. There's only around 5, 2 of which are Steelbook editions, 2 Steelbook editions that I've been trying to get for a while now, and great to finally have them in my collection. Not only that, but at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing 2 Blu-ray collector's editions that I picked up from Amazon Italy. I got them at a wonderful price. Now, I don't know if they're going to be at the same price by the time I put this video out, but I'm going to put them in there anyway just to make you aware of them, and fingers crossed they're still at a very, very low price. So yes, stick to the ending to see what them Blu-ray editions are. Right, so I'm going to jump right into this, and before I just do anything, sorry, a lot of the titles that I'm showing here I actually got from HD Movie Source, and if you're aware of my channel, I do a lot of promoting for them because that's where I get all my American releases from. It's great to have an outlet like that. But they notified me there a couple of days ago that they're doing a sale on Thursday, July 4th, where they're doing 20% off. I think you have to buy 4 items to get the 20% off. But if you go onto their website, you'll instantly see it there. They're promoting it heavily. And what I will do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below to their website. And if there is 1 or 2 movies or 3 or 4 movies that you need to get from America, go on over and, you know, take advantage of that sale that they're doing. So once again, a huge thank you to Carl and Mark for sending these movies my way. I really, really do appreciate it. I couldn't be happier with each and every one of the titles. So I'm going to finally jump into this. Here we go. So the first movie I'm going to be showing, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to see that I only got this now on 4K. It is RoboCop. It is the Arrow video release as well. Now the reason to why I didn't pick this up is because when it came out in 4K, I won't say that the reviews were bad for it in terms of its transfer. It just seemed like everybody kind of downplayed it a little bit. Everyone kept talking about, you know, how the movie has this certain look to it, has this grimy look to it, and it was a real kind of grainy affair. So it kind of put me off picking it up. I don't know why, because normally I would never allow reviewers to influence my decisions when it comes to 4K transfers. But for some strange reason, it did with this one. But I have it now. What did I think of it? I was massively surprised by this 4K transfer. I thought it looked fantastic. I really did. Yes, it is a grainy affair. It can be heavy at times, but it is beautifully filmic. I actually was expecting it to be that kind of washy out kind of grain where it was covering everything, particularly when you see the interior shots. But no, that's not what I got. I got a beautiful, consistent level layer of grain, and that's all I can ask for. Like I said, beautifully filmic, but it is the HDR Dolby Vision colors that really do add something to it. Even RoboCop's suit of armor, there's just so much detail that you never seen before on that suit, and like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by this one. Now it comes with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. I did have issues with that, and it's mainly down to the score of the movie. There's one segment that stands out for me. It's the bit where Murphy is chasing after the villains at the start of the movie before he gets killed, and you know, they're firing at the van, and all the gunshots, all the action, all the dialogue was getting washed out because the music was so loud. It was incredibly loud, and I found it to be very, very distracting. Not only that, but I felt that the gunshots, the gunfire, it just lacked any kind of punch. Even RoboCop, when he was walking, I was expecting these big thump of bass for each step, but I didn't get it with the Atmos. I'm not saying that it's a bad sounding Atmos, far from it, but it definitely has issues, and I was expecting a hell of a lot more from it. But other than that, the 4K transfer looks amazing on it. It would have been nicer to get something a bit more in terms of its Atmos, or even address some of the issues that I had with it. But other than that, I'm very happy with my pickup. So there you have it, folks. That is my first RoboCop. So that brings me on to my next, which is, surprise, surprise, there was also another reason to why I picked up RoboCop, is because I wanted to get this, and it is RoboCop 2. And this is a Scream Factory title as well. And this was the complete opposite when it came to its transfer. Everybody was praising it, saying it looked absolutely spectacular. No surprise there, because I've said it in countless videos, Scream Factory always deliver when it comes to the 4K transfers, and I'm happy to confirm they've done it once again with RoboCop 2. It looks so unbelievably good. It has no business to look as good as it does. And it actually comes with a DTS 5.1 audio on this one as well. And I have to admit, I thought the 5.1 was actually sounded better on this movie than the Atmos did on the original. Everything that I had problems with the original, they kind of addressed it with this one, where gunshots did pack a kind of wallop to them. Even RoboCop's footsteps, you could just get a good punch of bass for each step. It was just lacking in the original one, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, the 5.1 audio was amazing on this one. The picture quality, you're going to have no complaints. I could not find one issue with it. Well, one issue. It was the movie itself. The movie is not good. It's not great. Bear in mind, folks, I haven't seen this in 15, 20 years. And maybe I should have kept it in the past, because I remember enjoying it a lot more than I did. There was a lot of issues I had with it. There's one particular scene in it where they almost like reprogram RoboCop and they make him polite. And the scene just had absolutely no bearing whatsoever on the movie. It was absolutely horrible to look at. But not only that, but the main villain in this, I think his name is Kane. I hope I'm right in saying that. But there's a bit in there where he gets captured, probably around, I don't know, halfway through the movie. And then all of a sudden, his base of operations is overtaken by this young kid. And when I say young kid, I mean he must be around 13, 14 years old. And I remember just watching the movie and I was looking at Ellen and I was like, are these grown men seriously taking orders from this young kid? And not only that, he was a little dipshit as well. I hated his character. So yes, it had issues, which was a bit of a shame. I just remember enjoying it so much more back in the day. But the one saving grace I will say about it is for the last maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, when RoboCop squares off against Kane, who is, at this point, a drug-addicted robot. And that's exactly what he is. But for the last 20-25 minutes, I found that segment to be very, very entertaining. The CGI is a little bit questionable, but look, it was even questionable back in the early 90s. But I wouldn't change a thing. I really, really wouldn't. So RoboCop 2, great 4K transfer, fantastic sound. I just wish I enjoyed the movie more than I did. Right, so that brings me on to my next, and surprise, surprise, it is another RoboCop movie, and it is The Remake. Now, I know a lot of people out there would be wondering why the hell did I pick this up on 4K. Well, the simple reason is I remember myself and Ellen watching it back when it came out, and I think we enjoyed it. We only ever watched it once, so I took a gamble on it. And I'm happy I took the gamble on it. As a matter of fact, I would nearly go as far as to say that the remake is better than part 2. It has a great cast. Joel Kinnaman plays RoboCop in this. Even though I don't particularly like the actor, I think he's done a decent job in this. You've also got the likes of Gary Oldman, who is Michael Keaton is kind of the main villain in it. And then, of course, you've got Samuel L. Jackson, who's almost like this talk show host, and I think he's brilliant in it, even though he's not in it that much. But when he is quite brilliant. And it is not what you call a frame-for-frame remake. They have their own ideas. They go with it. And I took it for what it is, which was a decent remake. It's a solid 2.5 out of 5 for me. And you know what? Sometimes decent is decent. And I am so happy that I picked it up. Now, the 4K transfer on this one is almost demo-worthy at times. It looks that good. I am not kidding you. It is a beautifully clean digital look to it. So if you're big into your digital movies where there's little to no film grain, you are going to be absolutely ecstatic with this one. It comes with a DTS 5.1 audio. Yes, it would have been great if we got Dolby Atmos with it, but take nothing away from 5.1. It does the job, and it does it incredibly well. So there you have it, folks. The RoboCop Remake. If you are a fan, I think you're going to be blown away by this Scream Factory 4K release of it. So there you have it, RoboCop The Remake. Right, so up next, wow, I'm sweating. It's actually very warm in this room. We're having a bit of I won't say a heat wave, but it's just quite a warm day. So this is the first of my 2 Steelbook editions. This was a bit of a gamble because it was a first time watch for me. And yeah, I think it paid off. I seen the original, but I never seen this one. It is Punisher Warzone. Wow, that is really dark. Sorry, I had to bend the light against it. You can see the title there now. So yes, this is the Lionsgate Steelbook edition. I always wanted to get hold of this release. Great to finally have it in my collection. So I'm going to just quickly show you the Steelbook just to give you an idea of how beautiful this actually looks. But you will notice that there is a clear slipcase on this one. And the clear is taking up all the credits and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to slide it down. Or slide it up, should I say. And voila, this is the Steelbook itself. And as you can see, you got the Punisher there on the cover, him holding two guns. But the colour scheme through the Steelbook looks just so unbelievably beautiful. Look at the character of Jigsaw on the top there as well, who I thought was fantastic in this movie. Him and his brother. I thought the two of them were quite brilliant in it. There is a Blu-ray and 4K disc inside this edition as well. And the 4K transfer on this one, I thought it was good. I don't think it was mind-blown. I did see some sort of, I don't know what is it called, micro-blocking? I don't know what it is. I don't know the technical term for it. It's almost like pixelation. But there's one or two scenes that I seen right at the start of it, and I was like, oh, Jesus, that should not be there. But thankfully, I didn't see any more of it as the movie went on. I didn't check the Blu-ray, but going by what I've seen on the 4K, I think it's one of those kind of subtle upgrades. But I'm always saying that a subtle upgrade is an upgrade nonetheless. It does come with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. It sounds fantastic because it is a heavy kind of action movie. All your speakers do get utilized during those action moments. And if you're big into your kind of vendetta movies, your revenge movies, that has some of the most over-the-top gore you're ever likely to see in a movie, then chances are you're going to be blown away by Punisher Warzone. Happy I picked it up, and yeah, great to finally have that Steelbook now in my collection. So that takes me on to my last Steelbook, and this one was a bit of a disappointment in terms of its audio, unfortunately, but the Steelbook is amazing. It is Universal Soldier, and this is just like Punisher, a Lionsgate release. You do get a clear slipcover as well with this one. So just like the last one, I'm just going to take you around this Steelbook and show you exactly what it looks like. But I'm going to slide the slipcase up, and you'll notice all their equipment that they have on them, their headsets and all that. That basically comes off when you slide the slipcover up. So there you have it. You've got Van Damme there on the cover, as well as Dolph Lundgren. And again, the colour scheme does catch your eye in this one. It kind of has that kind of Vietnam look to it. Even the village at the back of it there. I'll actually open the Steelbook in full so you can get a good look at it. But there you have it. It's a high gloss Steelbook. There's no spot glossing or debossing or anything like that going on. It's a stunner. It really, really is. And the movie is highly enjoyable, directed by Roland Emmerich, written by Dean Devlin. And it was always a favourite of mine, one of my favourite Roland Emmerich movies. And the 4K picture on this one does look fantastic. I was very impressed by it. But Jesus, the audio, the DTS 5.1 audio on this one I thought was horrible. Absolutely lifeless. Now, normally on my sound system in here, I would have it up to around maybe 38, 39. I had to put it up to around 55, 56 on this movie for some strange reason. And even at that, I just couldn't get I couldn't get immersed into the audio. There was something about it. It was lacking. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts out there. Anyone that has seen this and who has a decent audio setup, to see if he's had the same issues as I did. I couldn't believe how bad it sounded. Gunshots pack no wallop whatsoever. No punch to them or anything like that. Even explosions. There was just not one bit of audio in it that kind of impressed me. Which is such a shame, because it's kind of like a heavy driven action movie, but it deserves so much better in terms of audio. But there you have it, folks. Picture quality is great on it. Great movie. Just the sound was very, very disappointing, but a gorgeous Steelbook, and great to finally have that now in the collection. So there you go, folks. Just a quick recap. So you have the Universal Soldier Steelbook. You've also got the Punisher Steelbook edition. RoboCop The Remake, which looks absolutely amazing on 4K. RoboCop 2, again, just like the remake, looks amazing. I just wish I got more enjoyment from the movie. And then, of course, the original RoboCop from Arrow Video. So that lastly brings me on to the two collector's editions that I wanted to quickly show. And I couldn't believe it when you actually look at the edition, and you consider how much I paid for them. I think I've done a wonderful job. So the first one I'm going to be showing is Dr. No. And this is a Warner Brothers release. If you're familiar with Warner Brothers, the kind of collector's editions, they come in these nice, hard, rigid box sets. You also get a Steelbook inside this, which is this one here. Not particularly exciting, but in a weird kind of way, it kind of screams James Bond. So nothing particularly impressive. And you also get, you know, the usual. You got the envelope there. It's full of postcards and all that kind of goodies. You also get the booklet as well. And I got this edition for the amazing price of €12.50 on Amazon Italy. And very hard to complain when it looks this good. Actually, I'm going to show you the back of it there. And it just gives you an idea of everything that's inside this set. $12.50 for, you know, a hard rigid box with a Steelbook inside. A lot of goodies as well. And the last one that I got is another Warner Brothers release. I've never seen this movie. It's a science fiction western, which I thought was very intriguing. It is Westworld. Now, I think there was a TV series made of this as well. Someone told me it was worth checking out. But yeah, again, this was the same as Dr. No. It cost $12.50. Much the same as well. Nice, hard, rigid box. I'm just going to quickly show you the back of it. But if you see on the top there, that's everything that's inside this one as well. I'm going to just lift the J card up, and that is the back of the box. And of course, you get the Steelbook, which is always great to see. This is the Steelbook of it. And it does indeed have a high gloss finish to it. Is that spot glossing? It does actually look like spot glossing on that as well. And I love the artwork to it. It's beautiful. What's his name? Yul Brynner. So a couple of people told me now this is highly enjoyable sci-fi western, which is ridiculous to say, sci-fi western. So I'm very, very intrigued to check it out. You also get your book, your envelope in there as well, and it's full of like postcards and booklets and all that kind of stuff. So yes, both editions, Dr. No and Westworld. $12.50 each, and then it was like around €5 for delivery as well. I think they're incredible prices, and fingers crossed they're still at that price by the time I put out this video. So there you go, folks. I just wanted to make you aware of both of them. So there you have it. That is everything that I'm going to be showing in this video. I couldn't be happier. Yes, RoboCop 2, it was a bit of a shame that I didn't enjoy it as much as I was hoping I would. And yeah, the Universal Soldier audio. Massive letdown there, unfortunately. But all in all, very happy with my pickups. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could do, leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on some of the movies that I showcased in this video. And yeah, I'll hope to see you all again very soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.